Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, if you're new here, it's totally free to subscribe. Hit the like button for post notifications. Let's get right on to it. Just want to do a quick update before we get started here. See what's going on. That was early this morning, my last update. Hey, I just want to say sorry. I was supposed to do a live stream earlier. Something came up. I met up with my younger brother. Haven't seen him in like several years. So yeah, I met up with him. So I'm gonna go live tonight at around most likely it's gonna be a late live stream, probably around between 10 to 10:30, because I'm gonna be going to the gym. So by the time I get home, it's gonna be kind of late. I'll probably get home between like 9:30 and 10, but I'm gonna go live tonight between 10 to 10:30. I'll go live. So yeah, I'm gonna but yeah, like I said again, sorry again. I was supposed to go live earlier, but something came up, but anyways, want to do an update here. And I just want to say, hey, thanks to my recently new subscribers. So we got Bitcoin at 103. We got Ethereum at 2,400. We got XRP at 253. We got let's see, Solana at 174. So yeah, let's check out the fear. So we got fear and greed at 73. We got the altcoin index at 35,100, and we got the CMC 100 204, and the total crypto market cap as I make this content is 3.32 trillion, which is 3 trillion, 3 billion, yeah, 3 billion 200 million or something like that. Yeah, so 3.3 trillion. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. So I just want to do a quick update on. I know I did an update on Sora earlier on XR, so I want to do another update on XR, Sora XR. But anyways, we I just want to mention how we keep finding new higher highs and higher lows. We have obvious resistance at about there's some obvious resistance, and if once we get into the 50s, pull up that. Let's look at the 24-hour chart right quick. Pull up that 24-hour chart. Okay, I'm on the. Okay, let's start off with the 7-day chart. Here's the 7-day chart. It was looking kind of choppy. We took some dips. You're looking at that 7-day chart, you can clearly see the volatility with this coin. Coin has so much volatility. Every time we dip, it's bought right back up. Take a look at that 24/7. Okay, here's the 24/7 chart. It looks nice. You can see the volatility still in this 24-hour chart. This is just a basic chart. Honestly, I'm honestly really not even a chart person. I'm not one of those um, content creators I look at like Fibonacci charts or whatever. I'm just not into all that. I just like to look at basic price movements and charts. But anyways, you can see, but you could just looking at this basic chart, you can see where the volatility is. And like I say, even though I'm not really a chart person, I saw the bottom at 15,020 about almost 2 months ago now. And I saw that it was holding that support. Now we can clearly see that we're holding support. I say we're holding support between like 37 to like 52. Between 14 zeros 37 to 52, we're holding pretty good support. And you look at the 24-hour range, you can see our bottom, you can see the bottom at 14 zeros 33, and then and we went to what 14 zeros 53. And like I said, yesterday night, we pulled all the way back to 14 zeros 33, and it got bought right back up. So yeah, as you can see here on deck screener here, you can clearly see that looking at the 1 hour, people are buying. It's clearly getting bought up. It's only going to be a matter of time before we rocket ship and just blow past the 50s and get into the 60s. You can clearly see we're finding new higher highs and higher lows. So I look like right now our new higher low is about, I'll say about early 40s. Early 40s is probably our new like higher low. Then once this thing gets to moving, man, it moves fast. And earlier today, I think we went up to 50. Where did we go today? Looking at this, let me see here. Let me close this out. I think we went up to, let me check here. What was our high today? Yep, our high today was 53. Yep, our high today was 1453, just like it showed on CoinGecko. So that's pretty accurate. That was our high. And yeah, and then it shows our low. Yep, it shows the low was 14,027. So it went all the way low as 14,027. But I think that was several weeks back when we was that low. But then we came all the way back up to 14,053. And right now we're at about 47, 48 right now, as of right now. So yeah, man, we're looking pretty good. At more and more liquidity is going to get pumped into this thing, as As of right now, our market cap, we're at a 1.6. Yeah, we're at a 1.6 million market cap. So which means where this can go. Our market cap is so low. Like I said, this is not going to be an overnight thing. Granted, there is like we do have swing traders and day traders, just like every crypto. There's going to be some short-term traders. They're just in for the quick profit. They're just in and out. Just like with ZBEC Network. I'm going to do another video later when I get a chance on ZBEC. How I believe there's definitely day traders or swing traders with ZBEC. The way the price kind of dips sometimes, like it recently did. But anyways, but back to XOR. So Sora, XOR, I just like the momentum we're getting. We're like one of the most like I'll say we're one of the most volatile coins right now. The fact that we're way oversold and every time it dips, it's getting bought right back up. Look at that. Look at all these buys right here. Today's what, May 12th? Look at all these buys from early this morning to like now. Right now it's about 4:36 p.m. Pacific West Coast time. But look at all these buys over the last like hours. Of course, there's going to be sellers. Those are obviously probably like either day traders or swing traders, but or people who just they're probably not holding long term. But if you're a long term holder with XR, we are definitely going to benefit the reward. And I noticed that the people that are buying, most likely these are people who's already holding. They're already holding big positions. They're just adding to their bags and to their positions, which is what I've been doing for the last like over a month now. So yeah, we're looking good. And as you go here, the bottom left here on deck screener, I click here, look at the 7 day. We have a 301,000 buys. Okay, look at that. It says right, that's a total of 1,823 buys versus 934 sales, which is worth 274,000. You look at the 24-hour, we're clearly higher. Look at that, 48,000 in buys, 39,000 in sales. Look at the 6 hour, 20,000 in buys, 13,000 in sales. So that's 66 buys, 47 sales. So look at that. Obviously, in the 1 hour, there's always going to be more sellers in a 1 hour. That's just how it is. These are people, like I said, these are day traders or swing traders. So, but it's only, look at that. In the 1 hour, it's only 12 sales. Look at that. And we still got, even though the dollar amount is higher for the sales, look at that. We still got more buyers, even in the 1 hour, 14 buys versus 12 sales. So the proof is in a pudding, guys. The proof is in a pudding here. Look at this. That's why I love this Dex tools. This doesn't lie. It shows everything. You can track wallets and all that, man. This thing is really the truth. I wish I would have known about this deck tools a long time ago. I was using like Etherscan and stuff, but this is definitely the truth. But like you look at the last 24 hours, look at all those buys. 275 buys versus 142 sales. So the proof is definitely in the pudding. We're definitely getting a lot more buys. I'm telling you, this thing is on a rocket ship. We're holding that good support. Um, like I said, there is resistance in the 50s right now. We do got some resistance going on in the 50s, but as we find a new higher highs and new higher lows, eventually we're gonna blow past the 50s. You know what? When we blow past the 50s, it's gonna happen so fast. Next, we're gonna already be in the 60s. Then next, we'll be in the 70s. But like I said, my next video, I'm going to talk about profit taking and talk about how to having a good exit strategy between now. I'll say between now and 2026, we definitely want to have good exit strategy set up. That way, we don't lose profits. But it's a lot of speculation of how many zeros we're going to lose. I highly believe that looking at our current market cap and everything, what the team is doing behind the scenes with the whole V3 upgrade and everything on the Sora network, I believe that we're going to lose, about even if I was just being conservative, I'll say even by this late summer, like July, August. I can even say maybe even by August, even if I was being conservative, we'll get to like 12 zeros. We'll get to 12 zeros. Even that's just being conservative, but I believe we can go higher. I believe by August, possibly like I'll say 12, 13 zeros. September, maybe we could be down to like 9 to 10 zeros. But like you said, we already lost about a month and a half ago when we went from 15 zeros 20 all the way up to 13 zeros. It had already lost 2 zeros right there. It went on a massive run when I called that bottom. And then of course, then we pulled back. We dipped, but a lot of us been buying the dips ever since then. That's why this is going to pay off once we finally see, 13 zeros. So we will be back to 13 zeros like we were like about a month and a half ago. It's only going to be a matter of time. We just got to hold. 13 zeros is definitely is that's going to be our next target, but I believe it's coming. And like I said, when this thing hits 13 zeros, there's definitely going to be a lot of profit taking. I'm probably even going to look to take my first batch of profits because we know that this is probably going to dip after that, unless if it just blow past that resistance. But yeah, it would be a good idea, especially everybody who's been buying the dips for over a month to take profits at 13 zeros. Wait for the next dip, and then see where it finds a new bottom, and then we're gonna rest and repeat. We're gonna buy right back into it. Now, when you take profits, I'm not saying you have to sell your whole position. Of course, I'm not. I'm gonna sell a certain percentage of my position. Maybe I'll sell maybe 20 or 30% of that position, and then wait for a new bottom, wait for another dip, and then buy right back into it, and that's how we're going to play this going forward. Well, that's how I'm going to play this, definitely. But yeah, of course you're going to have people they're not going to never sell. They're just going to keep holding and holding and keep buying and buying and holding until they hit a certain price target, which is that's cool too. That's a good strategy as well. But you definitely got to have extra strategies because at the end of the day, we don't know where the price is going to go long term. But I have an idea where the price could go. Looking at that current market cap of only 1.6 million market cap, which when you look at Sora, we're still way oversold in the 1 year. We're way oversold. You're talking about a crypto that allegedly was at one point was at 17,000 a coin, and then I think after that it dipped down to like 900 or something like that. That was back in 2021. But anyways, guys, where this coin could go long term, only the sky's the limit. ETH finally woke up. Like I said, we're at the beginning stages of this altcoin season parabolic run. We're really at the beginning stages, and they say this is going to be the biggest run ever. I'm just gonna, we're all, we're gonna stay locked and loaded. But anyways, guys, thanks everybody for tuning in. I gotta get ready and get out of here. Thanks. I'm gonna definitely go live later tonight between 10 to 10:30 p.m. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Anybody like to get over to the Patreon over there as well? Come over. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon yet, you're definitely missing out. Definitely come on over. I got back-to-back content I've been covering here for the last several months. We got our 24/7 chat group. Only $15 a month, man. Hey, can't beat that. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep it there. You could DM me privately. You got any courses for me? You need some assistance, or you need help with something? Definitely come over to Patreon. That's what we're doing. This we got other people that can help you out as well. We're a like-minded community over here on Patreon, so definitely get on over. You can't beat the price of what I'm offering, man. Only $15, man. But anyways, hey, I digress. I'm gonna get out of here. Or if you like to donate to the channel, PayPal, Venmo will be in the description as well, along with the Patreon. That'll be at the bottom left. Anyways, happy Monday, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm heading out. Get ready to head out to the gym. And let's go XR Army. Let's go Sora XR Army. Let's do this. All right. I'll catch you guys later tonight. Peace.